Hey, let me ask you a question. What's the difference between rich people and poor people? I know a lot of people think, oh, it might be money or it might be mindset and all that different type of stuff. But the truth of the matter is, it's ownership, right? Rich people own stuff, poor people don't. And see, the value of ownership is understood by the middle class when it comes to what they think their biggest asset is, right? Their house. And because if I were to ask you whether you wanted to own a home or rent one, what would you say? You want to say own, right? Because when you're renting, you understand that you're throwing away money. Because here's what happens. You pay the rent, you stay for 30 days, right? You pay the rent, you stay another 30 days. But what happens when you stop paying the rent? And what do you have to show for it? Absolutely nothing. But when you own a home, it's like you pay, and eventually the house is paid for. It's yours. You could sell it, right? How much is a house worth? Maybe, two, three, 400,000, whatever the case may be. But when you think about it, you could also leave a legacy. You could pass it on to your kids, right? Through ownership. See, that's the key. That's why whenever I meet with people, I talk to them about what their top financial goals are. Owning a home is usually at the top of the list. So really, when you think about it, what is a person's biggest asset? A lot of people think it's their house, right? Their car, their little corny jewels, you know what I'm saying? But obviously, we all understand that that's a miseducation, right? The truth is, your biggest asset, wait for it now, your biggest asset is your ability to earn income. Like look at this chart. Look at how much you would earn over a 40-year working career. Let's say you made $30,000, right? You're gonna make over $1.2 million in your lifestyle. And don't let you make 40 or 50,000. That's like $2 million. Oh, and then don't let you have a spouse to make the same amount. So y'all together could make $4 million, but it's not about what you make, it's about what you keep, right? Because think about it, growing up, we heard, go to school, get a good education, and get a good job so that one day you can own a nice home for you and your family. But nobody ever asked us the question, would you rather own your income or rent it? I mean, seriously, people are so obsessed with owning a home, right? Meanwhile, they're renting their biggest asset without even knowing it. Like, here's what I mean. You go to work 40 hours and you get a paycheck, right? Yeah, you go to work another 40 hours, you get another paycheck. But what happens if you stop going to work? And what do you have to show for it? Absolutely nothing. See, the challenge is when you're poor, all you think you own is your time. And so you exchange it for small bits of money, right? But when you think about it, you only got 168 hours, actually less than that, after you sleep and eat and bathe and spend time with your family or whatever else you do that's important. See, the thing is, people who are going to be rich, they don't operate like that. They don't put a dollar amount to their hour. What they do is they acquire a skill, right? And then they solve problems for lots of people using said skill by turning that skill into a business that they own, right? Now, here's the thing. Do they work 40 hours? Maybe, maybe not. But do they still get paid? Abso-daggum-lutely. So again, the biggest difference between rich and poor is ownership. So let's sum it up like this. Do rich people own homes or do they rent them? They own them. Y'all know that. Do poor people own homes or do they rent from others? They rent. Y'all understand how that works, right? Do rich people own businesses or do they work for them? They own businesses. Y'all know that. Do poor people own businesses or do they work for them? They work for them. See, the middle class is stuck in the middle because they own the home, but yet they work for the business. So if you want even a shot at becoming wealthy, then you better know you got to own both your home and the business. And if you want my recommendation on the best business that you could own, then fill out your information below and I'll be in contact with you. Thanks so much.